Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another prep video. This is all in fast forward, so not real time. So it'll go quite quickly through the pages. I think in the first part it was mainly putting the page kits together or the papers together, and then we kind of separated the kit. That was last video. And I think we only put 2 page kits together, like literally page kits where I put embellishments with the pattern papers. And in this video, I believe there's probably another maybe 6. I stopped the video and checked, and I believe there's only 5 pages that we're going to put together. And of course, all the pattern papers are all in a stack, so I just kind of grab one and then I look at the pattern papers, and by looking at the pattern papers I go, okay, what colors do I want to go? So in this one I know I want to do some teals, and then at that point I could go, teals and aquas or teals and pink, because if you look at that pattern papers, there's the one on top with the flowers, there's quite a few colors. So I'm going to grab, I go through all the embellishments that I put together with this kit. And I can tell you now, I think I'm on, like, this is probably page 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the next 5. But in real life, I think I finished 26 yesterday. So I have about 10 left to do. And I'm glad I picked that many embellishments to put these page kits together, because I can tell you, it's getting rather slim pickings, and that's okay, because I know as I'm putting these page kits together that I'm not going to use every single embellishment that I put with every page kit. So I'm going to, before I start putting these page kits together, I'm going to choose a container, an empty container, that I'm going to put on my desk, and that I'm going to, as I'm putting these pages together, whatever's left over, I'm going to put in that container. And then, maybe 10 pages in, when I find that there's way too many embellishments in that container, I can make more page kits, or I can just leave it, because I know that as I get into the page kits even more, that if I get another page that has teal on it, I might need some backup, and then I can go into that container and grab some extra embellishments. So when I first start with a page kit and choosing the embellishments, I really don't know what photos I'm going to use at that point. But a lot of times, and you'll see as I'm putting these page kits together, a lot of times as I'm putting some of these pages together, I'm like, hey, this would be great for, these pictures. For example, when I see that coffee cup, when I put this page kit together, I don't think we had decided that we were going to Ontario at the end of the month. And now that we are, I know we're going to stop for coffee on our first morning. I think we're going to leave at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I know we're going to stop for coffee, so I can take pictures of us being all sleepy, and do a page about our trip. And this is the first time that we're actually going somewhere alone. We've never gone alone anywhere since we've gotten married, and even our honeymoon we didn't go alone. We had Jess, my oldest. She was 5, and we went to Niagara Falls with her, and took her with us. And that's how we want to spend our honeymoon. We wanted to do stuff with her, which we ended up doing a bunch of stuff. It was so much fun. So here I must have come up with an idea, and it could be that we had decided to go to Toronto, and I kind of put that there, but it was too fast. I couldn't see what I wrote, but apparently I wrote something. But that's the kind of stuff that I do, is as I'm putting these pages together, I look at the embellishments and then I think about all the pictures that I've taken lately and think, oh man, that would be so great if I did this page with these pictures. I take a little recipe card and I write it down because yes, I remember while I'm doing this, putting this page kit together, what pictures that come to mind. But these page kits are going to last me 3 months. So 2 months from now, when I start putting pictures with my page kits, I might not remember. But if I have a little card that reminds me, then it's going to jog my memory and say, oh yeah, you wanted to do those pictures. Now, I've had a few questions whether or not, once I put all the embellishments in, do I put pictures right away? My answer is, it depends. Now, if it's just page kits that I do for home, no, I don't put my pictures in there, because if you've been following me for a while, you know that those page kits that I had put together for Calvin Ball, I had ended up putting 70 page kits together. Well, those took me a year and a half to put those page kits together. And so those pictures would have been sitting in there. And if I was looking for those pictures, there would be no way I would remember. So I'd rather put a little recipe card and put what I want to scrap. And then once I take that out, then I get the pictures for it, which a lot of the pictures aren't even printed anyway. But the first week of November, I'm going on a crop, at my friend's crop. And when I do the page kits for a crop, yes, I do put the pictures in, because once I start packing for my crop, I notice that I bring so much less stuff. Like, I don't have to bring half my craft room, to feel like I have lots to do. Usually I make about 20 page kits, which I know normally during a weekend, I think the most I've ever done was like 21 pages, I think, is the most I've ever done. And that's when I would stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning and all that kind of jazz, which I don't do anymore. But back then, when I went to a crop, was mostly when I did most of my pages. So I felt like I had to do a lot of pages. While now, I do quite a few pages every week, so I don't feel the need to get that many pages done in a weekend. And it's more like a relaxing thing for me, more than I got to get as many pages done as I possibly can. But I want to give myself a chance to get at least 10 or 12 pages done. So by doing the page kits ahead of time, having my pictures, and this time I want to do my journaling, because a lot of those pages that I did at these crops, I didn't do the journaling. So that's one thing I want to do, is to make sure that I put my journaling on recipe cards again before I go. Now, so that's basically all I do, is I grab a thing of pattern papers, choose some embellishments. As I'm choosing embellishments with the colors that I've already chosen, then I start thinking about pictures and what kind of pictures I could use with this. And here I thought of something else, so I put it on my little recipe card, and then I keep going. And there's even a few times that, because I think of pictures, then I think of a title, so I'll put the title right on that recipe card, or I'll grab some wax paper, and I'll, if I already know which alphas I want to use, I'll spell out my title right away and stick it on the wax paper. Now, one thing I did different when I'm putting these page kits into the baggies is I've started numbering them. And the reason for that is for you guys. So I went back and found out which page, first page kit that I put together, and second. And then on each bag, I put from P1 to P36. And So it's basically prep 1 to prep 36. And then as I put the pages together with, as I'm scrapbooking them, I can put in the description that this is, page 1, and it's in prep video, let's say number 5, if I was doing this page right here. So then if you want to go back and see the video again, and then you could see what page I made with the video, or with the page kits, sorry. The videos, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a playlist, and I'm going to call it prep videos, and then I'll put them all in there, including maybe I'll call it prep videos and pages. And then as I'm making pages with these videos, I can put everything under the same playlist, and then it'll be easier to find. So as I'm choosing some of these washi tape, again, those washi tape, they don't do well if you take them off and put them somewhere else. They'll become very unsticky very fast. So I'm just going to cut them out, same as I did with the enamel dots, and just stick them in the page kit. Now once we're done with putting all these page kits together, I can do two things, because like I said, there's going to be quite a few embellishments that are going to be probably left over, and at that point I won't remember what collection it was part of or anything like that. So I can take those little iris containers, which is the photo one, I can just stick them all in there, and then as I'm doing more page kits, then eventually take them out again and go through it. Or before I even do that is try to put together maybe 5 or 6 more page kits, and then I get them used up that way. I really like doing that and getting the most of all of my embellishments, because I find for your embellishments to stay in your drawers, they really don't get used up. So this way, yes, I'm sort of not shopping my entire craft room, but I sort of did before I put this page kit together. I decided on 4 or 5 embellishment package, but there's nothing that bothers me more than when I open an embellishment package, I use 1 or 2 pieces and then I stick it back into my drawer, and then it doesn't get used up. Or these pattern papers that you use them for a page, and then you end up with drawers or containers full of leftovers of pattern papers, which that is not what I want. I want to be able to just have little pieces left of pattern papers once I'm done, and I don't want big containers full of leftover pattern papers. I like to use them as much as I can. So that's another thing that we're going to do, is I'm going to keep the leftover of the pattern papers in one area, and then the embellishments, and then once we get X amount of pages done, or at the very end, I'm going to put more page kits together, depending on how I'm doing as far as embellishments. Because like I said, I'm at page 26 right now, and the embellishments are, it's not, I wouldn't say scarce, but it's taking me a little longer to find embellishments in the right color or that kind of stuff. The sticker books are getting mighty empty, and I still have quite a bit of those bigger sticker sheets, the one that are 12 by 12 from the different collections. I have quite a bit of those, so I'm starting to dwindle those a little bit more. So the embellishments that have like either the puffy stickers or enamel shapes, what I do is, instead of taking the stickiness off of those, I move them all into one area of the transparency, and then I cut them off and put them in the kit. And then that way they're still all together. My sheet that has the rest of them is not all flimsy, because I'm cutting always sort of at the end. So it's getting smaller and smaller, but it's not getting cut like all jaggedy and making it really hard for me to put it away, or it's just a pain to have around. So again, this is what I'm doing now. I'm cutting up my enamel dots and I'm putting them in specific page kits, and I am loving that. Once once I'm done with these page kits, I'll see how many of those leftover little cutouts that I have. But I think I'll find like one of those, again, iris containers, the ones that are photo size, and I'll just put those in there. I know I have another one that has the fuller sheets, and but you never know. I might end up cutting them all like that, and it just makes it easier, especially where I'm one that does page kits all the time. And this is where, as you're choosing your pattern papers, it's important not to just choose, blue pattern papers or aqua pattern papers or pink pattern papers. It's good to really vary the different colors that you put into your page kits. One, then you'll have more variety. But two, as you're going through all the embellishments that you put for these kits, that you don't pick out all the same color and then very shortly into your putting your page kits together, you're going to run out of some of the colors that you wanted to use. So this time, this page is yellow, so I'm going through the embellishment clusters or embellishment die cuts, and I'm choosing everything that's yellow, but not just yellow. I'm choosing stuff that is also some black embellishments. I must have thought of a page or pictures, because I took that out and I wrote down what I wanted to do. Now, another thing that I will do is, if I'm thinking of maybe a washi tape that I want to use, I'll stick that on the recipe card also. I just noticed that I'm going to stick another color in there, so I'm going to do yellow, red, and black. And I a lot of times I like to, if I'm going to choose 3 colors, I make one of them so it's like an earthy color. So it can be brown or black, just something that will really create a nice contrast. So in this case, I chose yellow, red, and with a splash of black. Okay, so I'd just like to say it again, just because, I don't know if everybody watches every single video, but what I try to do as I'm putting these page kits together is I'm trying to grab some labels or some, rectangles or circles, something to start my embellishment cluster, like a base. And then I start thinking of stuff that I can put over top, such as puffy stickers or enamel dots, words. And so at this point, I did put down what I thought I could do as a layout, but I start, a lot of the words that are used in scrapbooking can be used quite a bit for, a number of pages. So it's not as if it's, specifically for one layout. And I'm not too concerned about making sure that my embellishments are specifically for, if it's I'm going to say soccer, because I just did a soccer page and I did use some soccer stickers, but those stickers, I had just bought them. I had found them at the dollar store. I had left them on my desk so that I knew that when I did a page for Mason that I could use those stickers. But most of the time, if I do a soccer page or a zoo page, a lot of times I don't go looking for stickers that contain that. Now, if I'm going through my stuff and there's something that's particular for the page that I'm doing, and I'm like, hey, that's cool, like that kind of happened, but I don't make it a point of going to find those embellishments, specific embellishments, because I find I waste a lot of time when I do that. And your pages, as you put them together, whether it has, the soccer ball, I know it did make quite a sort of an impression when I did the soccer page where I had used the soccer embellishments. But I don't think it's necessary for every page to have specific embellishments. The pages still turn out really, really cute. Now, these stickers there, I absolutely love them, but as you can tell, there's not a lot. And a lot of alphas, sometimes you can manipulate them. You can change the shape of them. Well, with those, you can't really change the shape, but what you can do is add a little extra line. So if it's an F, you can make it an E, or if it's a V, you can turn it upside down and put the little, bar across to turn it into an A. So you have a little bit of flexibility, not too much, but I am going to use a little bit more like that I kind of color in with some white markers, and so that I can use most of those up. And when is the best time to put these page kits together? For me, a lot of times I like to start sort of my day like that, because just being sort of immersed in all these colors and page kits, it kind of gets sort of the mojo going. I start thinking about pictures and pages, and then I mean, it does take time because I have to take everything out because, oops, I guess I hit my camera. By the time I put, everything out, and then I can't scrap if I have a big mess. So I need to put all that stuff away for two reasons. One, because I can't stand having a big mess. But two, also I don't want to mix, because this, is sort of for the page kits. I put all that together, and then I have some classes that I have on the go. So I have everything all separated into iris containers. So I just kind of put everything back, kind of reset, make it all clear, and then I move on to the next thing. But I find that it really, it kind of gets like I said, my mojo going, and I start thinking about different pages and stuff. And while I'm doing that, I can actually be thinking of something else and saying, oh, that'd be cool if I did this, or if I did that, or if I tried this. And so I try to think about other pages as I'm doing this. Let's say if at the beginning of this, then of this page, for example, I might be thinking, oh, what kind of pictures can I do? And then as soon as I saw that flamingo, okay, I'm going to do those flamingo pictures that I just took at the zoo last week. But after that, once I know what I'm going to do, I can start thinking about other things, other pages. Another thing that I really love to do as I'm putting these page kits together is get caught up on TV shows, because it's not stuff that it's not, something that you really need to think about it a whole lot hard, a whole lot. You just go through embellishments and you pick colors that you like that go together. So you're not using a lot of your brain power. So you have a little bit left out there so that you can concentrate on a TV show. And I really like I said, catching up on TV shows. So I finished watching Bones last week or the week before, and then I started to watch How to Get Away with Murder, and I'm about halfway through now. And so I'll finish off the season. Once I'm done that, I'll find something else. And or I like to listen to audiobooks, which I haven't done a lot of lately. I've been listening more to TV shows. And I say listen because a lot of times I have to look down and see what I'm doing. But this is even more perfect for watching TV shows than actually doing a scrapbook layout, because I have, I'm not literally cutting photos and all that stuff, so I can look up. So it probably takes me a little longer to put page kits together than if I was just concentrating on doing that. But it is so relaxing that I don't mind taking a little bit longer. And it's part of sort of a relaxing thing for me, is to put page kits together. And I believe this is going to be the last page kit that I'm going to put together in this prep video. So this is prep video number 5. I think I'm probably up to close to 10 now that I am going to be able to put up. Now, I don't know if I'll put all the videos up in a row and then start on the pages, or I'll do some, and if I feel like doing a page, then I'll do, a page with one of the kits, and then I'll put that up. I haven't quite decided. It depends on, how my weeks are going. Now today, me and Caitlin, we had to go for her 1 month checkup. Man, I can't believe that it's been a month since she's had her surgery. It'll be a month in 2 days. But I think it was actually 4 weeks yesterday, like on a Monday. And so anyway, we went today, and she seems to be healing okay. She's still in quite a bit of pain. And like she explained to the doctor, it's a different kind of pain than when she was before. And but like he told her, he said, give it time. It's been 4 weeks, so give it time to heal. Apparently, the area of damage was quite a bit big. So he said, you have to, it was quite a big area that was damaged, so you got to give it time to heal. And actually, I'm going to be doing a layout of, they put up the x-ray in the room, and then they left. So we took pictures of her x-ray, and I can't believe how big the screws and everything in her backs are. Like, oh my goodness, it's massive. So I want to do a layout anyway of her surgery and everything, and what she had to go through. But I'll be sharing those pictures probably in the next week or so, because I got to start scrapping again. I've been doing mostly prep videos, and the reason for that is I'm trying to get a bunch of page kits together, so that that's what I'm in the mood for right now, is just putting page kits together. I'm still feeling like I'm doing something, and I am working on my class that I'm putting together. So I am working on that quite a bit. So I am scrapbooking there. So I think that's why when I'm not doing that, I feel like this is sort of my downtime, but I still feel like I'm getting stuff done. So I guess this is the end of the video. So if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. I have over 650 process videos on my channel. So talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.